That's right, I'm fetching back ready to dive into the wonderful world of Overwatch and discuss why Moira is the absolute queen of healing. This Irish scientist might seem a bit intense, with her creepy voice lines and golden hand of doom, but trust me, you want her on your team. Why? Because she's a healing machine. Moira's got this unique blend of offensive and defensive capabilities that make her a nightmare for the enemy team, and a godsend for her allies. She can pump out healing like nobody's business, while dishing out damage to keep those pesky DPS heroes off her back. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a newbie just dipping your toes into the Overwatch pool, Moira's got something for everyone, so buckle up, because we're about to break down why Moira is the ultimate support hero in Overwatch. Overwatch is a game of constant change. The dynamics of the game can shift in the blink of an eye, making it a thrilling yet challenging experience for players. One minute you're pushing the payload with a well-coordinated team, feeling like everything is under control. The next, you're getting flanked by a teleporting tracer and a jetpacking pharaoh, throwing your plans into disarray. It's enough to make your head spin. The fast-paced nature of Overwatch demands quick thinking and even quicker reflexes. That's why adaptability is key in Overwatch. And Moira, my friends, is the queen of adaptation. Her ability to switch between offensive and defensive roles makes her indispensable. Unlike some supports who are only effective in specific situations, Moira can handle herself in any team composition or map. Her versatility is unmatched. Got a team full of tanks that love to brawl? No problem. Moira can keep them topped off with her biotic grasp, ensuring they stay in the fight longer. Moira can keep them topped off while using her biotic orb to heal through chokes. This ability allows her to provide consistent healing even in the most congested areas. Facing a team with pesky snipers and long-range heroes? Moira can fade away from danger and use her damage orb to pressure them from afar. Her fade ability is a lifesaver, allowing her to escape sticky situations. Moira's like that one friend who's always down for anything. Whether it's healing, dealing damage, or escaping danger, she's always ready. Whether you need to go to a fancy dinner party or jump off a cliff into a pile of leaves, don't try that at home, kids. Moira's got your back. Her flexibility makes her a reliable choice in any scenario, and that's what makes her such a valuable asset to any team. Her ability to adapt to any situation and support her team in multiple ways is what sets her apart from other heroes. And let's not forget her ultimate ability, Coalescence. This powerful beam can heal allies and damage enemies simultaneously, turning the tide of battle in an instant. With Moira on your team, you can face any challenge head-on, knowing that she will adapt and support you through thick and thin. So the next time you find yourself in a tight spot, remember to laugh in the face of danger, just like Moira. Now let's dive deep into what makes Moira such a healing powerhouse, her unique and versatile abilities. Her primary fire, Biotic Grasp, is a 2-in-1 deal that sets her apart from other healers. With her left hand, she shoots out a beam of pure healing goodness, restoring her allies' health in a jiffy. This healing beam is continuous and can quickly turn the tide of battle by keeping her teammates in the fight. But don't let that fool you, because her right hand packs a punch. It's not just about healing, it's about balance. It fires out a beam of damaging energy that saps the life force out of her enemies, replenishing her healing resources in the process. This dual functionality allows Moira to be both a formidable healer and a significant threat to the enemy team. Talk about a win-win situation. This balance of healing and damage makes her a versatile asset in any team composition. It's like robbing a bank and then donating all the money to charity. Except you're robbing the enemy team of their health and donating it to your allies. This unique mechanic keeps Moira in the action, constantly shifting between offense and defense. But wait, there's more. Moira's toolkit doesn't stop at Biotic Grasp. Moira's also got Fade, a short-range teleport that makes her temporarily invulnerable. This ability is a game-changer, providing her with unmatched mobility and survivability. This ability is perfect for escaping sticky situations, repositioning for a better angle, or just messing with the enemy team's heads. It allows her to slip through enemy lines, avoid deadly ultimates, and reappear where she's needed most. Imagine, you're surrounded by the entire enemy team, they think they've got you cornered, and bam! You activate Fade. You vanish into thin air, leaving them to wonder where you went. This sudden disappearance can disrupt the enemy's plans and create opportunities for your team to capitalize on. It's enough to make them rage quit. Moira's combination of healing, damage, and mobility makes her a dynamic and unpredictable force on the battlefield, capable of turning the tide of any match. And then we have Moira's ultimate ability, Coalescence. This is where things get really interesting. Moira channels a beam of pure chaotic energy that pierces through enemies and heals allies simultaneously. It's like a laser light show of death and healing all rolled into one. Coalescence is perfect for turning the tide of battle, whether you need to push through a choke point, counter an enemy ultimate, or just secure a few cheeky kills. And the best part? It charges up incredibly fast. You'll be raining down biotic fury on your enemies before they can say nerf Moira. Don't worry, she's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Mercy versus Moira, a battle of healing philosophies. Now, some people might argue that Mercy is a better healer than Moira. After all, she can resurrect allies and fly around like an angelic guardian, and while it's true that Mercy brings a lot to the table, her playstyle can be a bit limiting. Mercy relies on her teammates to stay alive long enough for her to heal them. She's also incredibly vulnerable to flankers and divers, who can easily take her out with a well-placed shot or two. Moira, on the other hand, is much more independent. She can heal herself while damaging enemies, making her a much tougher target to take down. It's like the difference between a delicate flower and a sturdy cactus. Both are beautiful in their own way, but only one can survive in the harsh desert of competitive Overwatch. Ana versus Moira skill shots versus consistent healing. Then there's Ana, the sniper grandma who can heal allies from afar and put enemies to sleep with her trusty sleep dart. Ana's a great healer, but she requires a lot of skill to master. Her healing grenades and sleep darts are projectile-based, meaning you need to have good aim and timing to use them effectively. Moira, on the other hand, is much more forgiving. Her healing and damage beams are relatively easy to aim, and her fade ability gives her a safety net if she makes a mistake. It's like the difference between playing darts and throwing a beanbag. Sure, hitting a bullseye with a dart is impressive, but sometimes you just need to hit the board to score points. And Moira's all about consistently hitting the board and keeping her team alive. Moira, in the meta, why she's always a solid pick. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gaming Archivist, all this talk about Moira is great, but what about the meta? Isn't she only good in certain situations? And to that, I say, nonsense. Moira's been a consistently strong pick in Overwatch since her release, and for good reason. She's versatile, she's powerful, and she's relatively easy to pick up and play. Whether you're playing in a ranked competitive match or just messing around in quick play, Moira can hold her own against any team composition. Sure, there might be times when other healers are slightly better suited for a particular map or team composition, but even then, Moira's never a bad pick. She's like the reliable friend you can always count on, no matter what. Team composition synergy, Moira fits like a glove. Speaking of team compositions, let's talk about how Moira synergizes with different heroes. Got a Reinhardt on your team? Moira can stand behind his shield, healing him up and using her damage orb to punish anyone who dares to challenge him. Playing with a Genji or Tracer, Moira can provide them with some much-needed healing while they're out flanking and harassing the enemy team, and if things get hairy, she can always fade away to safety. Moira's like the glue that holds a team together. She might not be the flashiest hero on the battlefield, but she's the one who makes sure everyone else can do their job effectively. Mastering Moira tips and tricks for maximum healing. Now, even though Moira is relatively easy to pick up and play, there are still some tips and tricks you can learn to maximize her healing output and become a true support god or goddess in Moira's case. First off, remember to manage your healing resources carefully. Moira's Biotic Grasp is your primary healing tool, but it has a limited range and depletes over time. Always keep an eye on your healing meter to ensure you don't run out at a critical moment. Moira's healing spray has a limited range, and it depletes over time. So don't be afraid to use your damage orb to replenish your healing resources and keep the pressure on the enemy team. The damage orb can be a lifesaver, allowing you to continue healing your team while also dealing damage to the enemy. Secondly, use Fade strategically. It's not just an escape tool. It can also be used to reposition yourself for a better healing angle, dodge enemy attacks, or even interrupt certain ultimate abilities. Fade can be a game changer when used correctly, giving you the mobility to stay alive and keep your team in the fight. And finally, communicate with your team. Let them know when your healing is low, when you need help dealing with a flanker, or when you're about to unleash your ultimate. Effective communication can make all the difference in a match. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. By mastering these tips and tricks, you'll be well on your way to becoming an invaluable asset to your team, ensuring maximum healing and support in every game. Embrace the dark side, Moira's carry potential. Now, I know we've been focusing a lot on Moira's healing abilities, but let's not forget about her damage potential. Moira might be a support hero, but she can dish out some serious pain when she needs to. Her damage orb can melt through squishy targets like Tracer and Zenyatta, and her Biotic Grasp can quickly drain the health of anyone who gets too close. In fact, with a little bit of practice and good positioning, Moira can even carry games on her own. So don't be afraid to embrace your inner darkness and unleash your inner DPS Moira. Just remember to keep your team alive while you're at it. Moira is the ultimate support, no question. So there you have it, lads. Moira is the ultimate support hero in Overwatch. She's adaptable, she's powerful, and she can fit into any team composition. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a newbie just starting out, Moira is a fantastic choice for anyone who wants to support their team and secure those sweet, sweet victories. So what are you waiting for? Jump into Overwatch, pick Moira, and get ready to experience the joy of healing, and maybe a little bit of damage, firsthand. Subscribe for more videos like this. Comment if you agree that Moira is the best support in Overwatch.